Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Better Together at Math with Shinrai Sensei. And today we're going to be discussing a few different kinds of lines as well as planes and the relationships between lines and planes, right? Now you have parallel lines and perpendicular lines we've already covered, but we'll be introducing you to skew lines, parallel planes, lines parallel to a plane, and transversal lines, right? So to start with, we have the parallel lines, which we already covered, and you can see that in the examples A, B, and CD. And if you take any measurement of the distance between those two lines at any point along the lines, no matter how far out you stretch at either end, you will find that they never intersect, right? They never intersect and they never get any closer or further away than where they are at any point, right? They're always going to be equidistant from each other. Perpendicular lines, on the other hand, intersect and form perfect 90-degree angles, right? And then those perpendicular lines will, if you were to introduce another ray or line segment or a line going through the intersection of those perpendicular lines, you could find complementary angles and supplementary angles based on the angle that other line intersects, right? But now we're going to introduce you to skew lines, which are lines that are on different planes and don't intersect. So they don't intersect, but they're also not parallel because they don't go in the same direction. They might only be parallel to the line. They might only have one point where they would cross over the line, and so line EF, and line GH are skew from each other. They're not on the same plane, so they can't intersect with each other. But they're also not parallel because they don't travel in the same direction. Whereas lines A, B, and CD are simply parallel to each other because they're on the same plane, but they don't intersect, right? So skew lines, they don't intersect and they're not parallel to each other because they don't run in the same direction. If they were put into the same plane, they would intersect, therefore not being parallel. But the fact that they're skew means that they're not even on the same plane. Then you have parallel planes, which plane S and plane T are parallel planes in this little example. Pardon my not that great art skills. And then you have a line that's parallel to a plane. And any line that's in a parallel plane will be parallel to the plane that the line isn't in, right? If these two planes are parallel, any line I form in plane T will be parallel to plane S. So line EF is parallel to plane T because plane T and plane S are parallel, and this line is in the parallel plane S. So all lines that you can form inside of plane S, if I was to draw a line going this way, and a line going that way, a line going that way, a line going this way, they would all be parallel to plane T. Whereas, same thing in plane T. Line GH here is parallel to plane S, as you can see. If I was to draw another line here, and another line here, and another line here, and another line here, and another line here, all of those lines that are in plane T, which is parallel to plane S, any line inside of plane T will be parallel to plane S. Because plane T is parallel to plane S, so they are going to be parallel, right? Pretty simple. Then you have transversal lines. Now, transversal lines can intersect even non-parallel lines that are on the same plane, right? So, line NM is transversal, and it can intersect two or more lines. It doesn't have to be just two. I can draw another line straight across. I can draw a line like this. I can draw a line like that. And so long as NM intersects every line that I form, line NM is the transversal. Right. All right. So I'll leave this up on the screen for a minute so you guys can go ahead and take pictures of all the notes and stuff like that. That way you can have it for your notebooks and such. And like usual, if you guys have any questions about anything or you need help with something, please leave it in the comment section. I do read every comment that I get on any of my videos, and I will respond to you as best I can. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, or you want me to cover a specific topic, please leave it in the comment section. Otherwise, that's it for today's lesson, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.